Am I recording? I hope so, guys. I recorded a whole lesson. It wasn't recording. How annoying is that? Okay, moving on. Chapter 10, lesson 3, hundredths. Did I tell you I love tenths and hundredths? I do. I love it. I love tenths and hundredths. Okay. How are fractions and decimals related? Because they're both parts of a whole. Okay, this pattern continues. Friday, 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 Friday. What will be in the 30? What letter will be in the 35th position? I'll give you a couple seconds to do it. This shouldn't take you long. The dog is up here, if that's what you're hearing. She just came upstairs. Clack, clack, clack on the wood floors. Okay. What letter is in the 35th position? Literally. I let you guys just do that one on your own because you just had to keep counting until you got to 35. And I think that's pretty easy and you guys are pretty smart. Okay, moving on. We're not doing the quick check. What are some ways to represent hundredths? Well, there's many different ways to represent hundredths. We could say, if it was 3 hundredths, so we'll say 3 hundredths. We could write it in words. We could do 3 out of 100. We could say 3, looking for my slash, 3 slash 100, right? A fraction, 3 100ths. Or we could do 0.03, okay? 0.03 if you wanted to use that. Those are all ways to represent hundredths, okay? We can do it in words, we can do it in fractions, we can do it in decimals. Okay, so, I had already done this. That's why it's already there. So it says complete the table by writing an equivalent decimal in each row. So the first one was 77 hundredths. So I think of hundredths, whenever I think of hundredths and tenths, I just think about change. What would my change look like? 77 cents, 53 cents, 62 cents. And down here, I want 80, what am I doing? 87 cents, if it shows up. Is it going to show up? There it is.
Someone say change.
87 cents. You can't really see it, but it's there. It's there, I promise you guys. Let's look at the answers. Easy, right? I know, it's so easy. Okay, Leslie and Marlon each took 100 shots on the basketball court. The number of shots Leslie made is shown below. The number of shots Marlon made 16 more shots than Leslie. Shade the hundredths chart for Marlon's shot and write the decimals showing the portion of each shot each player made. Okay, so we've got to do Marlon. So first let's do Leslie's and figure out how many she did. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So she did 45 point, okay? So 0.45, right? So he did 45 plus 16 more. 4, and then my 5, and then 16 more. So 5, that's 15, and then 1. So that would give us 61. okay? Or we could add 16, and we would get the same answer. Now, when we add decimals, we just line the numbers up by their decimal points. Otherwise, if we don't, then they get out of order and we don't know what they're doing. Okay, there we go. That was our extend question, so that's the hardest one. So I think you guys are going to do pretty good today. All right, so this is Math in My World, and this is on page 643. Okay, 4 out of the 100 puzzle pieces are corner pieces. Shade 4 of the 100 parts. So I'll go to the next slide, and it makes it so easy for you. You just shade in 4 of the 100 parts. Drew has a 100-piece puzzle. There are 4 corner pieces in the puzzle. What decimal represents the part of the puzzle that is corner pieces? So remember, the hundredths is where the pennies are, okay? The pennies are the hundredths. So right here, I want to point this out. Read this decimal as 4 hundredths. Remember I said you name the last place where the number is? So wherever the last digit in the number is, that's how you name the number, okay? So the last digit would be 4, and it's in the hundredths spot. So you say 4 hundredths, okay? So let's look at the next page, and it will have it all written out nicely for us. So it's 0.04 because there were no dimes. There were no tenths there. Okay, it rained 13 out of the past 100 days. That's not a lot. What part of the days did it rain? Write it as a decimal. The model shows 13 parts out of 100. All right, Eloise, that are shaded. The model shows 13 out of 100. 13 out of 100 equal parts is 13 hundredths, or 0. I like to do my 0.13, okay? All right, whoops, sorry. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I'm gonna change this. All right, and you guys knew that. You just put your 13 in there, all good. Write each decimal. So how many are colored in number 1? So let's look. We have 0. There's no tenths in this number, so 0.2, okay? And this one, we have tenths because we have 2 rows shaded in, 2 longs. So it would be 0. I gotta look at this picture again because I can't see it. 0.26. Okay. All right. You're gonna go ahead. Oh, explain why pennies can be used to model hundredths. Because hundredths is 1 out of 100 and pennies are 1 out of 100. All right, you guys are on your own now. Independent practice. And I really like this one. I'm going to just click ahead because it says write a decimal for each part of the dollar shown. So this is remember your dimes are your tenths and your pennies are your hundredths, right? Okay. All right, guys. See you on Zoom.